This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. Well, good evening to everyone watching and listening tonight. You're watching Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom Medlin. We've got Katie with us and Dave with us again tonight. But first, let me make an announcement. I've got to make this announcement. We got the internet fixed. It only took them 5 weeks, but we got the internet fixed. I thought they'll enjoy that, getting the internet fixed there. Boy, I tell you, it's been a battle. It's been a battle, man. I tell you, I had to go to the home office with Comcast in Philadelphia and stirred them up, and I was flat lighting fires under them up there, and they finally got serious with the people down here in Memphis after about a month, and they found it. The problem was about a half a mile away at someone's house. It was putting out some garbage, and they put a filter on there, and they blocked their uplink signal, and it cleared up here. So we're really happy. We got a good solid internet now, so we're really happy. Hey, today's June 27th, Tuesday, June 27th, and we don't know if we're on WBCQ right now or not. I talked to Robert earlier, and they're having a major storm up there. Katie was reading there's hail and a lot of stuff going on up there. So if I was Robert, I'd have that big antenna unhooked, and I would be away from it, to tell you the truth. So we don't know if we're on or not, but if they can get us on, they're gonna put us on there. So just like to invite all of our visitors here. Hey, go up to the top of the web page, click on Facebook, and join our Facebook group. We're getting close to 6,000 members of this group now. Just to follow the webcast, and it's also just a great ham radio place to talk about ham radio and get answers and post your pictures. So do that for us. And another new addition to the studio here, our main camera, the HDMI output, went out of our main camera a few weeks ago. So, and that's what we use for HD into the show. So I sent it off to have it repaired, and they only wanted $500 and something to repair it. So I said no, so I didn't want to spend the $500. So we just went out and bought another $1,000 camera. So that's kind of where we are right now. So we're on a new camera. It should make. I bought a camera that made me look thinner. So well, hopefully it's doing a good job tonight. So I want to welcome in Katie and Dave with us tonight. It's been a while. Seems like since I have seen them. How you guys doing? Hello, Katie, Dave.
Hi. We were both probably afraid to talk on each other.
Yeah, well.
Doing great. Good to be back.
Well, cool. Hey, man, there's been a lot of things going on since with all this trouble, and we had field day and everything. I know both of you guys have some field day stuff to show us tonight, but what else has been going on in your life?
Well, just trying to keep the videos going. It seems to me, after looking at some of the statistics, people want more tutorial videos rather than reviews, so I've got to get busy.
Okay, well, let me just tell our viewers out there, we got a little bit different picture tonight. YouTube has changed the way they do things, and now we've got little bitty postage stamp pictures under the main picture. So that happens when I have multiple people on. So we'll manage around that. We're still doing good there. Hey, so Dave, they want more instructional type videos, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting. The review videos, like, antennas and things like that, seem very popular at first when you look at the statistics, but the overall statistics were down. So I had to dig in and find out, okay, what's going on? Well, the tutorial videos, when people watch one of those, then they'll tend to watch other videos too. Whereas if they just look at a review of an antenna they're probably not ever going to have or get, they go off to other channels at that point. So I did this one on balance, which I think we're going to have in a future show here, and people were very excited about it. It got very good reviews, so I'm excited.
Well, that's a subject that I'm interested in. Some of those things aren't too hard to build, those balance, and I think they're a neat little project. So we'll have that on a show here in the future. So let's just see what's going on here. We're going to get to our field day discussions here in just a few minutes. First, hey, Katie, let me ask you something now. Has field day kept you real busy, Katie?
Yes, it has, and I still feel like I'm recuperating, so I'll try not to yawn on everybody tonight. But yeah, we were getting ready because we had house guests in addition to getting field day going. We had Emmett Rochelle in Colorado, Hohenzie from Radio Waves came and stayed with us and participated in field day. So, anytime you have guests stay at your house, it's always the incentive to get some things done, like getting some yard work and new comforters in the guest bedroom, things like that. So it was pretty busy for a couple weeks, and my hollyhocks are trying to bloom and the deer is trying to eat them. So every day it's been a battle to try to protect my flowers.
The deers come up in our yard and eat all the flowers, and Kathy's really upset about that. Hey, I've done some investigation into various different field day groups, and I found this. You have any idea what that is?
Oh, those are my cookies.
Yeah.
I made about 14 or 15 dozen cookies for everybody. We had a chocolate chip. We had orange white chocolate cranberry. I had oatmeal with chocolate chip and butterscotch, and then I made some oatmeal raisin cookies just specifically for Alita's dad, Tom, W7ETR. And there's actually a picture of him with those that I'm going to show you.
You're making me hungry there. You're making me hungry. I didn't want to steal your show. Do you have that picture in your show tonight?
No, I didn't. I didn't include that one.
Okay, well, we've got it. We've got it here. Okay. All right. Well, look, hey, tonight is almost the end of the month, so let's do this. Let's hear from Rich Moison, W2VU, and let's see what CQ Magazine has got in store coming up here. And then we're going to jump right into a field day, I don't know what you call it, marathon. We've got so much field day stuff here from you guys and from me, and people have sent stuff in. So let's go over to see Rich for a second, and we'll come back to you, Dave, and to you, Katie. All right, so here we go, looking for Rich. Let's go up to Bloomfield, New Jersey, and see what Rich Moison, W2VU, the editor of CQ Magazine, is doing. So, hey, Rich, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the nice weather and working in my summer office here on my front porch. So it's a little more fresh air than down in my basement shack where we usually talk.
Okay, well, hey, Rich, tell us what's coming up in CQ Magazine this next month. You got anything exciting happening?
Definitely. We always have something exciting happening.
Yeah.
But in the July issue, we've got, this is, one of the cool things about editing a magazine is that every once in a while an issue just kind of makes itself. It puts itself together, regardless of what you might have planned to start with. And this is one of them. This turned into a mini propagation special. Even though I would love to say we planned it that way, but we didn't. It just worked out that way, but it worked out really well that way. We've got a variety of very interesting, different takes on propagation in general and across the spectrum. Our lead feature is about possible influence of ocean wave height on HF propagation. The author looked at it at 80 and 160 meters, but could apply at other frequencies as well. More research is needed on it. But
so hey, let me just jump in here a minute, man. This is interesting. So somebody's doing some studying that somehow ties ocean wave height to propagation.
Yep. Basically on paths, transoceanic paths that require the signal to bounce off the surface of the water and
Ah.
make a second hop off the ionosphere.
I got you.
And his initial findings were that if there's very choppy seas and the sea surface is disrupted, then it has an impact on the ability of the ocean surface to reflect those radio signals back up into the ionosphere for a second hop. Really fascinating piece.
Well, that does make sense now. I mean, hey, a calm ocean, not many waves. I can see how that would reflect better.
Right. So it makes a lot of sense on the surface, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so he's did a good amount of research on it, and is encouraging more research on different frequencies. But it's a fascinating concept. We've also got our propagation columnist Thomas Hood, NW7US, is writing about the possible impact of weather on HF propagation. We're all familiar, if we do any VHF work other than FM, with the impact of weather on VHF propagation, such as tropo, which is a topic of yet another column. Gordon West, WB6NOA's Gordo Short Circuit column this month is all about tropo and tropoducting. Thomas is looking at the possible impact of weather on HF propagation, which is another area that is not frequently looked at and very, very interesting to consider. Plus, our VHF editor, Tony Emanuel, is looking at airplane scatter, which is yet another interesting and different form of propagation. It's not of the natural variety, but it can be quite effective. And there's software tools out there that he writes about to help you predict where to get enhancements from aircraft scatter.
Well, you know, I haven't really thought about that, but now that you're mentioning it, and it's in your magazine next month, you know, I just saw on TV today they were advertising this airborne Wi-Fi system where they're thinking that if all these airplanes that are up right now can have a mesh network, they can provide Wi-Fi, you know, all over the country. And if you just think about it and look at the little charts of how many planes are in the air at any given time, there's a lot of planes in the air. So I don't see why you couldn't bounce signals off those planes just like you could meteor showers.
Oh, you definitely can. It's something that has been done on a more or less random basis for a long time by some people. I remember a discussion I heard on a repeater technical net years and years ago, and in fact I asked the person who was leading that to do an article on it, whether it may have even been for CQVHF at the time, on airplane scatter. He's in Long Island, New York, and had a regular scad on, I believe it was 432, with a friend in Virginia or North Carolina. And they noticed periodically that their signals would jump up all of a sudden and then drop back down. And they finally correlated it with aircraft flying. I think they were in the takeoff pattern out of Reagan National Airport in D.C., which was midway on their path. And they correlated it with the movement of the aircraft, and they were able to get a significant signal enhancement by timing their transmissions to when the aircraft should be passing through their signal range. So what Tony's writing about this month is going a step beyond that with software that can predict exactly where and when different planes are likely to be, so that you can try to get enhancements of bouncing the signal off the body of the airplane. Really fascinating idea. And the last propagation piece we have is about the solar eclipse coming up in August. and the efforts of HAMS, the Ham Radio Citizen Science Investigation or Science Citizen Investigation group to organize propagation experiments during the solar eclipse to see the impact of the eclipse on propagation paths. And so that really put itself together into a mini propagation special. We've also got a bunch of other stuff as well. We have the results of the WPX RIDI contest from earlier this year, and we have a couple of items that are not particularly directly ham radio focused, but of interest to a lot of hams. One is new regulations from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services regarding emergency planning requirements for healthcare providers, including smaller facilities such as like standalone surgical centers and nursing homes and things like that, that now have requirements for having an emergency communications component to their emergency and disaster plans. So there are some opportunities for hams there. Plus, the FCC has recently completed a rather thorough rewrite of Part 95 of its rules, which many of us are familiar with as relating to CB radio, but also relating to the Family Radio Service, GMRS, the General Mobile Radio Service, and MERS, the Multi-Use Radio Service. And they've done a pretty significant rewrite there, added some channels to Family Radio Service that are shared with GMRS, did away with the 155-mile limit on CB transmissions, which is about 50 years late because nobody ever followed it anyway, and a lot of stuff. So we've covered the major changes in those rules in an article as well.
Wow, there's some neat things coming up here next month.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've even got an article on different ways of testing rechargeable batteries, which is another fascinating look. And of course, we introduce our new inductees to the CQ Amateur Radio Contest and DX Halls of Fame, as we do every July.
Okay, well, hey, and I'm going to be interested in looking at that battery recharge article too. I blew up a lithium battery here in the shack here last year. That was not a good deal.
That's easy to do, as I'm sure you figured out.
Yeah, it is. Well, Rich, hey, man, it sounds like you got some really neat and exciting things coming up. Looking forward to the magazine next month. Now, when does the digital edition come out?
Digital edition comes out right on the 1st of the month.
Okay.
And so that should be available very soon. And the print edition will hopefully be following very soon after that.
Well, that's great. And hey, we really appreciate CQ's support for some of our special webcasts like the Huntsville Hamfest and the Dayton Hamvention, where you guys give out some magazine subscriptions. That's a nice prize to go out.
Well, we appreciate everything that you do, and glad to offer the support there. Sorry I missed seeing you in Dayton. It was we were out in the boonies in Tent City.
Were you in Building 6, the white tent?
Yeah, Building 6, as it was referred to on the charts, but it was actually tent. So it was interesting, but that's going to be, we've been promised that will improve next year. So
I think you will.
I think it will. Yeah. And look forward to seeing you in Huntsville.
Well, hey, we're going to see you in Huntsville. Thank you so much again for everything. And wow. Hey, ham radio is an exciting thing, let me tell you. There's always plenty to do. Thank you so much, Rich.
My pleasure. Have a good summer.
All right. Well, that was Rich, the W2VU editor of CQ Magazine, and sound like some great articles coming out next month. All right, boy, I tell you, we have a packed show tonight. I don't know if anybody can see my list here, but it is packed of stuff to do. I'm checking it off as we go. Let's bring Dave back in here. I know Dave has done some interesting video at Field Day this year. So, how you doing, Dave? And what do you do for Field Day this year?
Well, our club does about the same thing every year. There's sort of a flat top hogback type mountain right next to Montrose, so we always have our field day on top of that. It's a very central location, close to town, good height, great place to put up antennas, completely barren, so we have to bring in everything. But we run 2A and plus a GOTA station, and seem to have a lot of fun doing it every time. One thing that was unique this year is that our club trailer now has a solar panel on top of it, and that solar panel powered our 20-meter 100-watt station all day long without having to turn the generator on at all. So we thought that was pretty cool.
Well, that's cool. Now, you operate at night, so I guess were you on batteries at night?
Well, they ran the battery as long as they could and then turned on the generator.
Oh, okay.
Because they had to add the lights and stuff.
Okay, cool. Now, I think you put together a video you have on your website, and I've downloaded it here. I thought it was an interesting video, and it's going to show some of the things that you were talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and let me see if I can run that video. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, and here are a few pictures that I took at Field Day, which was this past weekend. This is the Montrose Amateur Radio Club in Montrose, Colorado. And this is a look at our 20-meter station that we had set up. It's in the club trailer. We've got a little trailer with our logo on it that can be pulled fairly easily. It's powered by a solar panel up on top, a fairly sizable one. And this is our 20-meter antenna that we have up there that was modeled specifically for this particular site. So, the trailer has a large battery in the front. Now, this generator was not being used. I think it was later in the night, but the entire station was being run off of the solar panel. So that would include the logging computer, the radio itself, which was 100 watts, and then a fan. So that was pretty good, we thought. Here's Tom sitting at the rig doing some CW there and taking a moment's break to see who's taking pictures here. Even the fan ran off of the battery. Of course, there's an inverter for 110 volts, and that ran all day as long as there was the sunshine there and into the evening. Now here's our 40-meter station. I think that's a pretty comfortable looking 40-meter station, don't you? There is a generator right there, okay, and it is running not only the radios and everything, but also the air conditioning that's inside the motorhome. So this was the cool place to be, definitely. Now our 40-meter antenna consists of a driver right here. And then there is a director wire. There's no reflector in our Yagi here. It's just a driven element and a director. And so the energy goes to the east very nicely. That antenna does very, very well. People tend to be on 40 very late into the evening and often overnight. Here is one of the people who is operating the 40-meter station. Got her sign out there in front to say that K0IIT is 2A Colorado. And here is, I believe this is her husband, and he is operating the logging computer. She writes her contacts here on a slip of paper. We've got lots of slips of paper here. Hand them to him, and he puts them into the computer, which records everything, looks for duplicates, and so on. You can see the screen of the computer up there. This is it's kind of interesting. There's two homebrew antenna tuners here. One of the antenna tuners is set for CW. I believe that's this one. And this one is set for sideband. So they're set to somewhat different frequencies. And there's a switch right down here. Also one up here that you can switch back and forth between these two tuners without having to retune, if you will. So that way we could do more on 40 meters, which was one of our main bands. Here we have our 6-meter station, which is right up there. He's just getting set up so that we can try 6 meters a little later on. He's been listening for signals all day. If 6 meters opens up during field day, boy, it'll really be open because there will be a lot of people there. These up here on the windshield are solar panels. This is the general congregating area right here. And this right here in the back is the mast for an inverted V, which is going out there. I had hoped to use my little MFJ loop for field day. And so down here is the control box, and it's run by the generator that is keeping this trailer cool. We ran into some problems with it, I'm afraid. What happened was either this box, the control box, would indicate SWR, or it would turn the plates, but it would not do both. So we were trying to figure out what on earth is going on. It has worked for me before. This is the one I bought from MFJ while looking for a solution in areas that are, it's hard to put up an antenna, and it performed very well on 20 meters. This is me right here, looking over at my baby, wondering what all of the doctors are doing to it. But the fact of the matter is, it just was a real problem. I could sit here and punch these, and it'd punch the buttons, and then I'd put it on the radio, and no indication on the meter at all. Or when I got the meter to run, then the plates were not turning. So it was a real problem. I'm continuing to look at it here. This is John, our club treasurer, Royce, in charge of field day, Steve, very much involved in our emergency communications contributions to the community, and a great bunch of people that we had up there. This is the back of the little control unit. We tried different pieces of coax. We tried all kinds of things. We've taken the plastic sheath off the radio. Here is the actual loop that is the exciter loop. And then here is the motor right here that turns the capacitor. And we, with our ARRL banner in the background, we're quite puzzled by the way this thing is behaving. We tried just about everything we could think of to get it to work like it was supposed to, but it would either turn the plates or allow the meter to work, but not both. So we put the thing back up without the plastic boxes. So you see the huge capacitor up here, and you see the loop down here that feeds it, and this little wire up here just runs the capacitor. We never did, unfortunately, get it to work, which was a real disappointment for me because I wanted to see if it would work on a field day environment, and it didn't. I don't know. I may have dropped the control box or something. We'll take another look at it. This is our GOTA station, which is the one we were trying to put that antenna on. GOTA means get on the air, and the idea is the people who don't have ham licenses, or maybe just have techs, or maybe have higher grade licenses but have not used them, can have a chance here to get on the air under the supervision, the immediate supervision of a mentor who can help with what to say, when to say it, and so on. The biggest problem that we have with people operating GOTA is timing. Circuit gets turned over to them, and then they don't say anything because they're not sure what to say, and then they end up losing the frequency. So it is a bit of work and does take some good mentoring to make the thing work. Here are the people trying for the satellite points, and they've each got similar setups, and Gary's over here with his little handmade one, and Jim is over here with, again, a commercial antenna. Jim is much more experienced. He knows kind of where to aim these things. He knows what 10 degrees at 50 degrees south means, where to put it. Gary is newer and is learning, and so he has attached a meter to his mast so he can tell just exactly where he is pointed, up and down and everything. He can flip it over on the side and see where he's pointed that way. So we had good fun at our site. This is a view again of the 20-meter Yagi, and it's up maybe 25, maybe 30 feet. This is a view of Montrose, Colorado. As you can see, it's a small town. We all love living in a small town, and we had a great field day. Maybe you'll enjoy field day next year yourself. This is Dave, KE0OG, 73 to all.
Oh, great video, Dave.
Thank you.
I made a couple notes there. You know, you talk about the guy had the little angle meter on his satellite antenna. Even a lot of the pro guys around here do that because, I mean, you know, it's pretty easy on a good pass. It's pretty easy to hold it in a general direction, and as soon as you hear that satellite, you know, just move it to peak it. So that's pretty easy. But when you got a bird way out there on a long away pass, and it's going to be weak. It's pretty good help to have you an angle, I don't know what you call that thing, an angle meter on there, you know, where you can get that thing pinpointed. And with these computer programs, it tells you exactly where that bird is. And hey, I like it looked like your 2-element inverted V you had out there. You had them phased, I guess, where they were directional. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually a Yagi. There was a driven element and a director.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, very good. Well, okay. Have you recovered yet from it? I see people on here saying they haven't recovered yet.
Well, there was a lot of sunshine out there.
Oh, yeah. And what was the temperature out there? Now, you have a pretty dry area, right, with temperature?
We live in a dry area. The humidity was less than 20%, but it was in the 90s. So it was definitely warm. One of the vehicles, the motorhome, of course, had air conditioning, but the other stations just fan, and that was it. Well,
they definitely ran air conditioners here where they could, and especially fans. And you know, in the Memphis area, we get 80% humidity just all the time in the summer. It comes up from the Gulf of Mexico and just right through here. Well, it looked like the weather was great for you there. That hurricane tropical storm came through here just the day before field day, but looks like you guys had great weather there.
We did. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Always looking forward to it. It's my favorite event of the year.
All right, well, cool. Okay. Well, Dave, appreciate you coming on with us tonight. And I saw some questions in the chat room. If you get around the chat room later, there may be someone wanting to ask you a couple things there. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. We're going to get Katie in here next and see what she did. I know she did some exciting things for Field Day. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Alrighty, have a good evening, and Katie, I'm looking forward to your report.
All right, I'll do my
best. It's going to be a good one, and she better mention the cookies. All right. So, Katie, tell us what you were up to out there besides making cookies.
Well, yeah, cookies were part of the preparation for sure, and some other cooking. But from my side of things, it's always a little bit different when you're the host family, if you will. We had, in addition to organizing Field Day, also having some folks at the house. So there was quite a bit involved there. We have our Field Day on, this is our third year in a row. We had it in a place, it's called Sunny Divide. And it's a beautiful little location. It's literally a divide. And on a good day, you can see about 200 miles away to the Bighorn Mountains. And if you walk up to the back of the area, you can see Devil's Tower. And it's an old one-room schoolhouse. It's now a community center. And basically, we're the only ones that use it once a year. And so we go in and we get it cleaned up and sweep away all the dead flies and get going. So I'm going to share my thing here with you if I can figure this out. Share screens. There we go. All right. So and I want to do this one. Start. So speaking of sweeping away dead flies.
I don't have the share yet.
Okay. It should
okay.
Be
Now it's coming. There we go.
There we go.
That's a nice looking place.
In the kitchen. Yeah, it is pretty nice, isn't it? And there's WI7MOM sweeping up some dead flies out there.
Oh, boy.
Getting us ready. But unfortunately, you can't really see it. But all along the walls here, on the top part of the wall, are different brands for the cattle, for all the different ranchers in the area. But again, this was a one-room schoolhouse. And up until, I'm not sure exactly what year, but it's been used by the 4-H. And now is doing other things. But this is how old it is. This is our bathroom. So.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're roughing it in that category. And I did a little video, I think it was on Friday morning. I had to run back home because I realized I forgot to bring the toilet paper. You'll see some hanging in there, but that was left over from last year. Nobody really wanted to use that.
You would think out there you guys would at least have a two-hole, would have a two-holer instead of a one.
Well, there actually is a two-holer in the back.
All right.
This is a view of the building from the street. So I thought I'd give everybody kind of an idea of where it is. It kind of looks like Little House on the Prairie, and just a big open area, which gives us a lot of room to work. But again, we plan to do it a little bit smaller this year. Once again, we operated as 2 Alpha, and like I said, the gang from Radio Waves came out, and we had Tom W7ETR from Four Corners, and on here's Dwayne and Emmett on Friday night doing some planning around the dining room table, just getting ready. So I thought that was kind of fun. They were both kind of comparing notes, and you may not be able to tell, but they each have like an antenna book underneath their hands because they were talking antennas, of course.
Oh yeah.
So in the morning, there's Emmett and Zoe getting things started to set up. And as I mentioned before, you can't really see it, unfortunately, in this photo, but way back over here, just above that line of the horizon, that's where you can see the bighorns. Fortunately, the folks that manage this area came in and did cut down the grass before we got there. You can see it in strips, but in previous years, we've dragged our lawnmower up there and cleared out an area for us to work. But they got there ahead of us this year, which was really helpful. And there's Tom W7ETR, I made him some, those are the cookies, those are oatmeal raisin. I heard from his daughter that those were his favorite, so I made sure to whip some up, and he was outside helping Emmett, and I said, hey, I made you some oatmeal raisin cookies, and those were made with love on behalf of your daughter. And he immediately dropped what he was doing and ran inside and and started digging in the cookies, but thought that was kind of fun. And this was just kind of a view as you drove up to the site. I thought just giving a quick shot from the street, and you can see that mowed area. And there's a couple of the tents for overnight the overnight trip. Now here's another view as after we've been setting up. As you can see, one of the new things that Mom had organized this year was boxes here in the center table. We had labels on everything, so we identified what was in each box and made it a whole lot easier to be able to find things. And then over behind Emmett, there's Mom and the food table and our handy water and, of course, Gatorade. We always have Gatorade every year. And it was really, really windy on Friday.
Oh, wow.
This is just
Look
an
at
example. Yeah. I thought that would be kind of funny to show you, but that's just kind of what happened when you walked outside. It was just unbelievably windy, and everybody had a hard time with setting up tents and antennas. It was obnoxious.
So,
But
Katie, now I know you got a haircut. Was that before or after that?
that was after the haircut, believe it or not.
That was after. Oh, I thought maybe for those tangles you'd have to get it cut off.
I know. So, a couple of the things that Emmett, besides bringing along the Sentinel, the radio wave Sentinel antenna, he also brought along a couple of ICOM 7300s. So here was Dwayne and Tom getting everything set up to use the 7300, and Tom ran CW on it and absolutely loved the radio, and apparently he's considering getting one now because he liked it so much. It was really kind of neat to play with a little bit. It's different getting used to a touchscreen, though, I have to say. So when it came time to get the antenna all the way up, it was all hands on deck and all paws as well. And there's the entire Hohenzie family out there with Tom holding the middle, and Dwayne came out, and they just cranked it right up. And I tell you what, it was pretty nice to be able to get that done in a fairly short amount of time and not have to try to raise beams like we've done in the past. And I just kind of ran to the street so I could get a better shot of as everything was kind of coming together. And
Now, where did the mast come from? That silver mast?
that was everything that was all part of what Emmett brought with him.
Yeah.
Yep. That yellow thing that they were pulling.
That's a linear loaded 40 meter
Okay,
beam.
that's the linear loaded 40 meter beam. I couldn't remember what it was called, but if you can see between Emmett and Rochelle, they were getting that tightened up. So one of those was the linear loaded 40 meter beam on that. It was really neat. And so that was it once it got up, and then they just cranked it up to a little bit higher. I just found out this morning, see this old dilapidated building across the street? Talked to the fire marshal this morning. He called me and wanted to know if I had seen any sketchy characters hanging out while we were around over the weekend, because that house was on fire this morning and it's now gone.
Oh, boy.
Not sure what happened, but I said, hey, we were out of there on Sunday. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
But that was kind of an interesting thing. So Saturday morning, we had a test session, and there's Jerry WI7JB is back here with the orange shirt, and this was Mom WI7MOM's first chance to participate as a VE, which was really exciting. We had a family of 8 kids that took their test. Mom took the test and a few others. We had 8 people that passed their technician, and then the 2 boys here, they both passed their general as well. And so that was a really exciting morning. And we had acquired a certificate from our section manager, Jack Mitchell, N7MJ, and we were able to present that to Jerry for all of the classes that he runs here in Northeast Wyoming, and has been creating lots and lots of hams. My friend Melanie created a nice cake for us, and it was delicious and didn't last very long.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when there was a ton of kids hanging out. And there was Jerry with his certificate. And here were some of the folks from his class and people. And Melanie is on his left. She's the one that made the cake. And she was in one of his former classes. And so this was just some of the crowd that was there on the day, that were all people that Jerry has been getting into ham radio, and it was just a really nice way to be able to recognize him. I had the fun chance to act as a GOTA coach. My first experience on field day was actually the GOTA station in 2006 at W1AW, and Dan N1ND was my GOTA coach. And so I sat down at the GOTA station and functioned as a GOTA coach. And it was a lot of fun to get these kids on the air for their first time. It was really rough because there weren't a lot of people out there to hear us. We just had a lot of difficulty with the bands in Wyoming, but here was the twins. One was listening and the other one was talking, and finally some people heard, and they were making some contacts, and that was going really well. And that was really exciting to really see their face light up when, they would hear where people were from, and just the fact that they were coming back to them. It was very obvious that it's a GOTA station, and everyone that they talked to was really helpful, took things slow, and made sure they got the information. It was a really good experience, I think, for everybody. You might have seen this photo floating around on Facebook or Twitter, but this was coming up on sunset on Saturday night. And I just thought that was kind of a neat shot. And we get sunsets like this in Wyoming all the time. And I think the next one is, let's see here, the last one, maybe, if it shows up. Oh, I know where it went. Pardon me while I do this. And then as the weekend ended, so basically what we found was that, I'm going to go back to the beginning here real quick, Tom, don't mind me. I'm going to click way back. This photo is compliments of our friend Amanda, K1DDN. She thought it would be fun to post this on field day. Saturday night, it was really cold. We camped outside, and it was barely about 40 degrees. And so Amanda made this funny little meme of me from before field day and then after day. That was Sunday morning. I was all bundled up and frozen to death trying to get some coffee in me, and I had my Cookie Monster hat on. But we had a good time. I ran RTTY quite a bit on Saturday, and that actually, I think we got more contacts on RTTY than we did of CW even. And voice contacts were really difficult. I talked to Ray, W2RE in Maine. He was running a full kilowatt on like a 4/4/4 stack. So, I had no problem hearing him, but he did, after he worked W4HOG was a YL operating, he then said, all right, is there another YL out there? And that was me. I dove in. Then he said, are there any other YLs out there? So I thought that was really nice that he was calling out for the YLs. But we couldn't hear anything, and we discovered afterwards we were having some aurora action up in northeast Wyoming. So I'm not sure where we ended up, maybe 800 or 900 contacts along the way. We're still adding it up from the GOTA station and the others. But, like every field day, you learn something new. What do you want to do the next time better? And so next year, maybe 1 alpha, I don't know. I'm still recuperating. I'm still tired. And, it's always fun, and really enjoyed having Emmett and his family with us. And we actually had one person that couldn't make our test session on Saturday. So Tom is bringing her up to our house on Friday, and we're going to have an impromptu test session at our dining room table so she can get her technician done.
That's cool. That's good.
So that'll be kind of fun. So it was really fun to get some new hams, and we'll make sure we reach out and get them involved and see what we can do. But overall, I would say it was a good field day, and certainly interesting to see how the folks on either coast had such a different experience than we did. I saw people on the East Coast that, made thousands of QSOs, and we struggled for every single one we got. So, but that's how it goes, and every year you just kind of plug away and go for it. But it's a fun one, and obviously it's Dwayne's favorite ham radio event, since his call sign is WI7FD, which is what we used for our call sign.
Oh,
so
that's
we
cool. FD for field. I thought it was fire department.
Yeah, field day, of course.
Yeah. So tell me, Katie, 13 dozen cookies, how long did they really last?
I actually brought a bunch of them home, believe it or not, and I sent them off to work with Dwayne to feed to his coworkers, because I didn't want them in the house, otherwise we'd eat them.
Oh, boy.
But, yeah, I overbaked, as usual.
Oh, wow. Well, it looked like everybody there had a great time, and you were really, really organized and had fun. That's what it's all about.
Really, we all agreed. We were talking about it on Sunday, and I think the highlight for all of us was that family and all of those kids and everyone passing their test, and the general excitement that they brought. And it was complete pandemonium for a little while, because we just had kids running everywhere, but it was great. And especially to see their faces when they made their first contacts, it was totally worth every little bit. And that was definitely the highlight, I think, for all of us.
Well, that's cool. So, Dave, what do you think about their field day up in Wyoming?
Well, they have the same issue we do. It can be plenty warm during the day, but the moment that sun goes down, the temperature plummets to near zero. So, sounds
Oh, wow.
like you had a wonderful time there, and if you have a few extra cookies, just send them my way.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
they'll go with your ice cream.
You know, when
There
the
you
sun,
go.
hey, when the sun goes down here, it drops almost to 85.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, very good, guys. Hey, a couple of great reports there. Well, we're going to have to get Emmett on here in the next few weeks and see what he's got going. He's kind of hard to catch, but everybody loves to have Emmett on here.
He took a lot of great. He brought his drone with him, and Conrad KC7Y YVA CYA. It's terrible. I can't remember his call sign. All of a sudden, they both had drones and were taking a ton of footage, and including chasing some deer around. But they got some really neat shots from above of the antennas in our space, and of course all the different actions. So I think he's looking forward to be able to come on in the future and share some of that too.
All right. Well, great. Look, you guys can stay on, or you can hang out, whatever you want to do. We've got other videos I'll be showing, and if you do stay on, you can't talk unless you're able to hear you. Okay.
No, I'll hang up so I can listen.
Okay, very good. I'll do the same.
I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. Good night, everybody. 73.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know what happened. Hang on, guys. We'll get back in with you in just a second. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Tom, I'm just calling you to tell you you're completely muted.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
just
bit of sound.
noticed that. I'm changing microphones. I don't know what happened. These were just charged up before the show, but let me just swap and get a different mic here. Okay, now, okay, I'll just get a different mic here. They were charged up right before the show. Don't know what happened. So, okay,
Well,
thanks for
I'm
calling,
sure
Dave, and I
that-
saw it in the chat room. Thank you. All right, so, Dave, can you hear me now?
I can hear you through Skype.
Oh, okay. Well, we're on a show too. I can see it. It's just delayed. Test 1, 2. I got a there you go on the chat room, so I'm sure it's working. All right, Dave. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm pretty sure it's working, and if not, they'll tell me in the chat room. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so all right. So let's see. Where was I? Oh, okay. Here's what I was gonna say, guys. Katie reminded me that next Tuesday is July the 4th week, July the 4th holiday. So I've decided not to have an official show next week. Nothing planned for next week at all. We will. I'll probably come back here and turn the webcast on, get in the chat room, but nothing's planned. If anybody wants to call in and talk, that's great. We'll have you on, and we'll just chit chat. So next week, no official show is planned at all. We've got a lot to go through here. I was going to say also, I don't know if we're up on WBCQ, International Shortwave Station, out of Monticello, Maine. They were having a major storm up there earlier, and Lord Robert contacted me and told me that the station may be off the air. So we're normally on 5130 kilohertz every Tuesday night on shortwave, but sometimes things happen, you know. Again, if you're new joining us, hey, go up to the top of our website and click on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. That will give you a lot of information about the show and who we're going to have on and where we're going next and just all kinds of things. And it's a ham radio hangout. You can post pictures of your ham shack. In fact, we have a thing on the show called Shacks. You know, see your shack on here. So if you post your shack pictures there on our Facebook group, we'll try to have them on the show one Tuesday night. So again, welcome to everybody out there again that's joining us tonight. Hopefully we got some new people here. Okay, I've got some videos that various people sent in. We've got some videos here, and we've got some photos that people sent in. So here's one from a loyal viewer of ours. He's in here all the time, NE4RD, Bill, out in Montana, out in Billings, Montana. And it's a real short video that Bill put together with his daughter. So let me see if I can run Bill's video. Here we go.
Just a vertical. It does 10 through 20. Pretty nice. We got the truck set up over here as just a battery station, because obviously I can't drive with that antenna up. And we got the, come around here, we got the IC703 running 5 watts here off the battery, and then we're running a logging program here on the laptop. So we're going to see how this works, and then we're going to run over to Yellowstone Amateur Radio Club's field day. Good stuff. Alrighty, so the N6BT vertical dipole did pretty well. Didn't make too many contacts, quite noisy here. I'm getting ready to break down right now and go over and check out the club's contest, or field day. And I'm over here right by the airport here in Billings, so a little bit of noise, a little bit of road traffic, just on top of the rims here. Kind of come over here and you can see down into the town and stuff like that. Downtown's out that way. So anyway, gotta pack up and head over. Bye.
All right, well, that was Bill, NE4RD, out in Billings, Montana. Let's see, let's go down to Dalton, Georgia. We're going to go to Dalton, Georgia now. And this was sent in by N4JGW, Jonathan sent it in. This is the W4DRC field day down in Dalton, Georgia. So let's see what they were up to.
This is the W4DRC. These are the volunteer examiners. These volunteer examiners. Information table with some catalogs and handouts. We missed barbecue. We had barbecue earlier for everybody that was here. Homemade pork barbecue. Here we have packet, phone, HF, FL Digi.
20 meters. 20 meters.
Full of signals.
And the red here, Link set it up for a filter. Those are field days, CQ field days.
Those are all field days. That's awesome. Had some folks show us your antenna that you built. It's a 10-meter dipole that was built at field day. Got some kits.
Me too.
Some folks building some kits here. So we'll go out here, and this is ARRL film collection we've got playing on the screen. I'm N4JGW, by the way, and this is the W4 DRC field day. Now, out here you can see the coax going up to the 160 meter windom. It stretches all the way to that dead tree back there. And out here is where the field day contacts are actually going to happen in our MCOM trailer. It's our MCOM trailer. 40 meters up and going. Tuned up good. Good deal. So there's our field day video.
All right, that was out of Dalton, Georgia, the W4DRC group there. That was sent in by Jonathan, N4JGW. You know, it's interesting how, I mean, boy, there's so many different kind of field days. It looks like Katie and the guys were out, you know, out in the country somewhere. These guys look like they were at maybe a public place like a gymnasium. You're going to see in a few minutes the Memphis group here. They picked one of the local parks and set up. So there's just all kinds of variations that you'll see on field day. Here's a video that was sent in by KB9 VBR, Michael Martins. This is the Wisconsin Valley Amateur Radio Field Day.
Hi, I'm Michael, KB9VBR, your host for Ham Radio Q&A. Thanks for joining me on another one of these amateur radio adventures. Well, today I'm out standing in my field. Yes, it's field day, ARRL field day. Sunday morning, we've been on the air for almost 24 hours at our field day site located in north central Wisconsin, just outside of the Wausau area. Have a 4 alpha station going. That means we've got 4 transmitters on emergency power. We've been running a generator. As you see behind me, you can the layout of the antennas just right over my head here. We've got the a beam antenna, 10, 15, and 20 meter beam, and it's stacked with a 6 meter 5 element beam above that. Off to the side here, we've got a HF vertical 10 through 40 meters. And behind that, a smaller vertical antenna, I think we got a buddy stick set up, and then a end-fed sloper V antenna that we're using 10 through 80 meters for some of the overnight stuff. Located in a middle of a pasture here, full of alfalfa. It's been kind of messy and rainy throughout the weekend, but had a great time. Made a lot of contacts, so we're gonna just go through the highlights here, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
All right, any questions now? Joe, you go pick out a spot for the tower and maybe take the weed eater and put on a little spot. Oh, good, that'll be your first job. We can get the tower sections out and get ready.
What we got here is failure to communicate.
What's the guys calling? Whiskey 9 first, Whiskey 9 only?
Whiskey 9, November Alpha.
W9NA, thank you. 1 Echo, Virginia.
Roger, Roger. 4 Alpha, Wisconsin, Whiskey, India.
Good job. Who's the 0?
Or special event stations on answer. Never heard from you.
We are looking for the Saudi sat SO50, and we got our best shot at it because the path is going to go something like that.
Whiskey 9, Charlie uniform. Whiskey 9, November Alpha. Whiskey 9, November Alpha. Over.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You'll get notifications then when new videos are produced. I hope you had a great time at Field Day. I'm Michael, KB9 VBR. Have a great day, and 73.
All right, well, that was a cool video. He did a lot of work editing it too. You're going to find out on the Memphis video we're going to run here in just a minute. I did not do much editing to it. I'm not much of an editor. And hey, if there's anybody in Memphis here that would like to help with editing, we'd love to have you on the team here with our webcast to help us do some video editing. And I'm really glad tonight, hey, we've been on over an hour and a half now, and the internet has not had one blip here. It's working. Wow. Hey, this was sent in by our friend Bill. WZ1L. He's in the chat room, and Bill always joins us on Hangout after the show. And this is a little 1-minute clip that Bill sent regarding the W1GLO. It's the Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association. So let's look at what Bill sent us.
Good morning from Gloucester. This is Bill, WZ1L. We are at the Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association Clubhouse in Gloucester, Massachusetts. We have a pretty good selection of antennas here today. We have the beam 10, 15, 20. We have a 6 meter. We have a long wire and various antennas here for UHF, VHF. We also have an emergency trailer that we carry all kinds of radio equipment to various areas in an attempt to help in emergencies. So let's take a walk inside and see what's going on here, and we'll be with you in a minute. We have numerous communication areas here. This one here is doing the 20 meter sideband. I was here for a few, and I'll be back as soon as I finish the video. And on the second floor here we also have a digital station here that is being used by W1REJ, and we have various other radios. We have a Flex 3000 that can be used by remote. We have a vintage room which has kind of a older group of radios. However, we're using the it looks like Kenwood 1000 MP or something like that. 1000. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing this on CW, so This is the action from Cape Ann. So we'll say 73s and good luck in your field day.
All right, that's a clip that Bill, WZ1L, sent to us for the Cape Ann Amateur Radio Association. All right, here's some video I shot at the Memphis Field Day. I didn't stay there very long, so I probably missed some of the more interesting parts of the Memphis Field Day, but I did want to try to get a little bit of video for the show tonight. One of the things I want everybody to pay very close attention to in the beginning of the video, you're going to see a tower. You're going to see, I think it's an 80-foot tower on this truck. I want you to watch this. You're not going to believe it, but it folds that tower up. It rolls that tower up into 18 to 24-inch boxes. Remember what I said. It's going to roll that tower up into 18 to 24-inch boxes, and it just rolls it up like a rope, and then when you want to go back up, it goes back up and it unrolls it. So you're going to see that. It's going to be the first part of the video. I want you to watch this. We are at the Memphis Field Day at C.O. Franklin Park, and looks like you're still setting up. This is a pretty nice deal they've got here. I think you're having some trouble getting it extended up. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, watch closely when I come back down. He's going to roll the tower up. All right, they're going to take it up. Let's see what happens. Should I step back? Sorry about moving the camera around so much. I got it a little steadier here in just a minute. I guess take it up. Okay, come down first. Come down. Okay. All right, so he's going to bring it down here. Remote control. All right, coming down. Well, let me see what's going on here. Oh man, is that actually folding up the tower right there?
Well, they're called bailers, and it's actually rolling the tower up into those segments. There's three bailer segments.
Hold that for me right there.
There's three bailer segments, and this thing will go 80 foot in height. But we're coming down now. The tower will support 2,000 pounds on the top and was originally designed to be an air drone launch platform for the military.
It's difficult to imagine how that tower rolls up.
It looks like it's folding up in about 2 foot squares. 18 to 28 inches. Now we're going back up. We're actually running at 60 feet today, so we don't have to guide it. It'll sit up there unsupported 60 feet up to 40 mile an hour winds.
This is amazing. I've never seen a tower fold up like that. It's like putting it in a little box. Wow. It's amazing, man. Thanks for showing that to us.
Anytime.
I'm Michael, KK4IOH, and welcome to the Combined Field Day event in Memphis. And this is the 40-meter voice station. And actually, Jackson is operating on 40 meters right now. And just to his right is Randy, WB4LHD. He's the other captain for the 40-meter station. We just got on the air. We have a special event call sign this year, November 4 Echo N4E. is what we're using. Of course, this event is a combined event from all the clubs in the Memphis area. Instead of having 4 or 5 different field days, we find that it's better to all come together and operate. So that is what we've done for several years here, actually.
Hello, my name is Pat Lane. My amateur radio call is W4OQG. Been a licensed amateur radio operator, I guess, since about 1957. And we're looking at the what we call the CW, or continuous wave, or radio telegraph station right now. And we get 2 points for each contact on code compared to 1 contact for voice. So this is one of our real point maker stations. And we've talked to stations here all the way from California to the northeast coast and down to Florida and Texas and just all over the place. Doing real good. And I don't know, I guess that's about it. We've got a wire antenna stretched up between 2 trees down here. We can show you that if Tom wants to show it to you in a couple of minutes. Something we put up in about a half hour, I guess. And we're on the air. So I guess we'll go to where the antenna is.
Hey Tom, my name's Ryan Turner, call sign K0RET. I'm with Hamland Memphis Metro. We're a nonprofit here in Memphis, Tennessee that's building a high-speed amateur radio data network. We have multiple cellular sites around town where people can connect client node equipment, whether that's their house, a place of business, or even mobile. Basically, they look like satellite dishes, but instead of pointing up to the sky, you point it to one of our towers or the rooftops where we've got equipment installed. And so from there, they're able to access the other users on the network, other things that are on the network like repeaters or a phone system. And then in addition, most of the time you're able to get out to the internet. So that's what a normal ham can do with ham WAN. Today what we're doing is supporting the field day here in Germantown, Tennessee, by providing a network for them. So we have regular Wi-Fi here. And then in addition, we're using the time to go out and build one of our cell site setups. So the cabinet that's over just past my left shoulder actually has the beginnings of what's going to go into one of our newest sites that's in Olive Branch, Mississippi. We're going to be setting up 2 servers today. It's mostly software that we're working in at this point. And then in addition, we're going ahead and finishing up the rest of the cabling for it. We're pretty excited to be here and be supporting the combined field day with all the different clubs in town. And we look forward to getting our hands dirty this weekend working on some of the new equipment that we have.
5 Alpha Tennessee, 5 Alpha Tennessee, QSL.
QSL, please copy 1 Echo Tango November, 1 Echo Tango November. Michael, is that you?
No. 1 Echo Tango November. He says it's not him.
No,
it's
it's
not.
Tom.
This is Tom. It's
That's Jeff.
Tom's logging.
That's Jeff.
And good talking to you, Jeff. 73 QRZ. This is November 4 Echo. November 4 Echo calling CQ Field Day.
Jeff and Stacy. You hear him check into the net.
November 4 Echo. November 4 Echo calling CQ Field Day. Whiskey 4. Again, Whiskey 4.
Yes, this is Whiskey 4 Bravo Sierra.
Two Delta Georgia. Each respond with 10 with 5 Alpha Tennessee. Hurry up.
Okay.
5 Alpha Tennessee.
This is 5 Alpha Tennessee. W4BS.
Whiskey 4 Bravo Sierra. Your 2 Delta Georgia. Yeah, say this is W4BS.
Yes, this is W4BS. 5 Alpha Tennessee.
You got it. QRZ Field A, QRZ Field A, W4, Nancy, Uniform Nancy. So Delta
two,
Juliet.
2 Delta Juliet. I don't know.
All right, boy, I tell you, that was I saw something and learned something I've never seen before. That tower. I didn't look at it closely, but it looked like, and the tower operator is actually in a chat room there chatting if you have a question, but I believe it takes the three sides apart, maybe, and it rolls all three sides up into little boxes, I think. I don't know. But you saw how it was rolling it up into an 18 to 24 inch box. Just amazing stuff. All right, guys, don't go away. We've got photos that people have sent in from some of the ham clubs and field days. So photos are coming up here in just a minute.
Field day is almost here. Calling all stations. Make sure you grab your ICOM gear for the most popular on-the-air event, Field Day, June 24th and 25th. Let ICOM help you make the most contacts or practice for emergency situations. Don't forget to bring along the perfect field day companion, the IC7300. It's ideal for the ham on the go. It's a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, a real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Hear and see a wide variety of signals with the R8600, ICOM's new high-performance software-defined receiver. An industry first for desktop wideband receivers, the R8600 provides a high-resolution, real-time spectrum scope with a waterfall screen. 4.3-inch high-resolution color display with touchscreen features, an SD card slot for received log, decode log, and voice recording, and it scans up to 100 channels per second in the memory scan mode. The ICOM America Hams to Japan sweepstakes is underway. Enter today for a chance to win an ICOM radio or even an unforgettable experience to attend the 2017 Tokyo Ham Fair. Make sure you come back and enter each week to be eligible for each radio drawing. For more information, visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur.
All right, we've got some photos that were sent in actually by some of our faithful viewers of the show here. So let's look at a couple of them here real quick. Let me see if I can remember how to get them on here. We've got so many different things going tonight. All right, here we go. So here's a photo sent in by Bill Wright. This is W9WWI, Clark County Amateur Radio Club. Sent a few photos in. And looks like they're under a little shelter out there, maybe in a park or somewhere. So you can see how their field day is going up there. Short sleeve shirts. Looks like it could be warm out there. Got them a couple beams up. That's a pretty nice shelter they're under there. It's a lot larger than many that I've seen around here. So it looks like it could really spread out there and be out of the rain if the weather got bad. So that's not a bad place here. Looking at what they've got. Everybody, of course, tried satellite. That reminds me, I was supposed to have a satellite segment in the Memphis video. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it got cut out. Satellite contacts were not happening when I was there. We had 2 birds pass, but conditions were so bad even for the birds that we didn't even hear them. And much of the HF had poor conditions, I understand. There's a couple people there operating. I don't know if that's the GOTA, the go-to station or not. It may be. Let's see. Have we already seen this one? Again, these are photos of the Clark County Amateur Radio Club, W9WWI. Okay, there's a magnetic loop. You know, Dave tried using one, and they couldn't make theirs work during field day. But here's a loop, and You know, loops kind of amaze me. I've never used one, but they seem to work. Surely they can't work quite as efficient as a full-size antenna, but I guess they're operating this, possibly operating it from the ground there. Now we're going to go up to Canada. This is a field day up in Canada. Warren Zinger, VU3UG, sent this in. The field day call was VE3OW. They were a 4A station, and the photos here are by VE3ZO. So, you know, hey, nice little tent there. I guess they've got bugs up there. I don't know, but nice screen tent. Doesn't look too crowded. They got some shade there, so doesn't look muddy. So that might have been a pretty nice field day for the guys. There are the antennas. They've got plenty of room out. Looks like an open field there, so that worked out well for them. Hey, everybody has to have a generator. I think I got a generator just like it. And boy, are they noisy. There's all kinds of ways, of course, to try to muffle the sound a little bit. You know, put it behind another building or something, or put something around it. Might help to muffle the sound a little bit. But those things are noisy. Operating position, don't know who that is. I guess Warren is wanting to keep it a secret. So that was the Canadian VE3OW. Now let's see if we can go back now. Let's see, we got some pictures here that Phil Strack and Ed Pitcha sent in. Let me see if I can find those. Let me see if this is them. I don't know if this is them or not. Yep, this is them. Looks like he's out in the backyard maybe there. A pretty cool place, you know. Get some iced tea or something, bring it out. You know, not too far away from home. But it looks like they've got them a nice canopy up, and of course the bug screens. There they are again operating outside. And hey, they're real gung-ho because look at there, they went into the night. They're out there operating at night, and it looks like it must be a little cool. Now, I don't know where he is, but that was N9EP. I guess I could look it up, but they're wearing long-sleeve shirts out, so it must have got a little cool that night. And then we got one final picture here. This is from our friend Dan Nicholson. He's on here a lot with us in our Facebook group, and Dan sent this in. This is just a picture of his rig that he uses for field day. It's this little 20 watt. It's an X108G radio. I'm not real familiar with that radio. And it's got an LDG tuner there and a buddy pole. He runs it all on a 35 amp hour battery, and he charges it with a 100 watt solar panel. And all that stuff fits into his 817 backpack rig there. So let's see. I think that's everything we had for the show tonight. We're running just about on time. It's almost 9:30. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Now, the show is not completely over yet. The official show is over, but we always have Hangout. Hangout is where you can click on a link and join us on video. We leave the show up and running so everybody out around the world is watching. So we kind of now have a part where we just sit around the coffee table and we talk about anything and everything you want to. And to do that, you can do that by clicking on a link. And let's see, if somebody can give us the link out of the topic, the chat room. Maybe I can copy it here. It's up in the chat room topic above. I'm about to get a copy. If you click on this link, you can join the show. And there we go right there. Okay, so we'll say we're going to get off the official part of the show. And hey, no telling who's going to pop in on the next part of the official, unofficial part of the show. But I have to, any 4RD, I have to talk to you. I cut your intro off. Let's do this. If I cut his intro off, I want to do it again. So here we go. Stand by, everybody. We're going to do any 4RD again because it was short. Well, it's not working. Not working. Okay. So obviously we had some problems that developed with that video. Sorry, Bill. We'll try to run it next time, maybe. Okay, let me see if I can get in the Hangout here. See if anybody's in there. Well, I tell you, I'm so happy the internet stayed up the entire show tonight. Here we go with Hangout. And here we go. And I should be connecting. There's Bill. Let's see.
How you doing?
There we go. What did you say? Did I cut part of your video off? Did I?
Yeah, you kind of started off like about 15 seconds in.
Well, you know, I had it set where it was supposed to start over at the beginning, but something happened. I just tried to play it and it won't even run now. Let me see if I can play it again.
No big deal.
Let me see if I can play it. I'm gonna see if it. I'm gonna see if it'll play. Hang on. It's not doing too good.
It's stuck.
Yeah. It's stuck. Okay. All right. So
no big deal.
let me see. Okay. So we got NE4RD on here with us and hang out. And anybody wants to join us, please click on that link and you can join us with Hangout tonight. And let me see if I can get my picture on here some way. Let's see. I'm going to add my camera to it. Getting close. Getting close. Oh, there we are. Look at there. I'm in the room with
not
you.
Really.
That what?
Not really.
I'm not.
I don't see it yet. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm in here. Let's see. Hey, I'm out in where am I now? Wyoming or somewhere? Montana.
Yeah, Billings, Montana.
I get Wyoming and Montana mixed up all the time, man. All the time. Let me see if I can make.
That's okay.
Let me see if I can do something with my picture. Hang on. Let's see how this works. We'll try that right there. All right, that's not bad. Okay. All right, who's that? Oh man, we got a few coming in now. We got several coming in here. Let's see. We got Bill. We got Mark. We got Parrot. I don't know who Parrot is. Have we talked to Parrot?
Parrot.
And we've got Minicam on too tonight. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The infamous
Douglas.
Who is that? Douglas.
This is Douglas.
Hey, Douglas.
Yeah, my camera's.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get the camera to work, but it's not letting me select the right camera on the video.
Yeah, well, just keep playing with it there. You'll get it going. Where you located, Douglas?
Arkansas.
Okay. Hey, you're over where in Arkansas?
Damascus.
Damascus. Okay. All right. Yeah, I went to college over in Russellville, Arkansas. That's up over in the northwest. My home was in northeast Arkansas, up in a little town called Wilson.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly where Damascus is, but I do know. I have heard of it.
Conway.
Oh, near Conway. Okay, near Conway. Okay. Well, I went to school Russellville. So that'd be close then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Bill. How you doing, Bill? Number 1 up in Massachusetts. Talk to me.
Evening to you, Tom. How's things going down there?
Hey, they're going good, and guess what? The internet didn't even burp tonight.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I've been watching it every hour since they fixed it Thursday, and I was pretty sure they got it fixed because it was down. It didn't miss a day being down for 30-something days, and then once they fixed it, it hadn't been down a day.
Well, I'm glad that they found the problem there down the road there. I knew it was something that, somebody either plugged something in or took something out or whatever,
Yep.
But I mean, for you to spend 5 weeks of your time doing the research on that and calling people and telling them the stuff doesn't work, and then you did the right thing. You went to the guy up on the top and you screamed at him, and he listened to you.
Of course, there wasn't any, there wasn't anything technically I could do, although I did give them some advice. I told the guys here in Memphis, I said, I managed an international telecom group for 35 years with a major company, and I had engineers work for me, and I had networks just like these, and I said, here's what you need to be doing. But I said, do it however you want to. But finally, you're right. I had to go to the home office up in Philadelphia, and I figured that was probably going to work because it's kind of like where I worked at FedEx. Our founder and still the number one guy is Fred Smith. And if somebody calls Fred Smith's office, you get a call pretty quick, and you get in there and you start resolving problems. So after I got with Philly, after about a month, man, I started getting some attention down here.
That's good, Tom.
Okay, so we probably won't have an official show next Tuesday night. I'll just not going to plan a show Tuesday night. I will be on. Hey, we'll bring Hangout up or whatever. We'll have a chat room up. People want to call in. We may open the phone lines. We'll just have an open mic night.
Oh, hey, we're going to be doing fireworks on July 3rd. You want me to bring some video on that?
Hey, if you want to bring some video, you can. I tell you, I've found that trying to make video of fireworks with, home cameras and stuff, it doesn't
do it justice.
It don't do it justice. You're seeing it on a 17-inch screen here, and of course they're on about a 1,700-foot screen. When you see them in real life.
Oh, exactly.
Mark's want to know where the fireworks will be. Mark P's at. What? Mark P? Where's Mark P? He's supposed to dial in to Hangout. I got to check with Mark P, see if he's any closer to getting his license. So where are the fireworks going to be up in Massachusetts?
Let's see. They're going to do them in Boston at the half shell there on the Charles River. And let me tell you, what I saw on TV at the news there, Homeland Security and the Massachusetts State Police and 3 or 4 different other entities are going to be taking a close scrutiny on each and every individual that walks through the turnstile.
So, hey, let me ask you a question. Is it legal for you guys? Can you guys buy fireworks up there?
It is illegal for you to possess or light them off in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. There is a blue law on that. Now, you can go across the line, which is like 7 miles from my house, into the state of New Hampshire. You can buy, let's see, pops that you can throw down on the ground and they make a noise. You can buy the little black snakes there, and light them up. They furl out.
Can you buy the M80s? They're like a third a stick of dynamite. Can you buy those?
Well, okay. There is like 15 fireworks factories across the border here. All right.
Yeah.
You have to have a permit in order to even purchase them. If you don't have a permit, they won't even sell them to you, because as soon as you get in the car, okay, somebody's going to come up and they're going to ask to see your permit, and you ain't got it, then they're going to drag you and whatever you bought back into the store, and then they're going to arrest the guy that sold it to you.
Well, down here it's pretty open down here this time of year. There are big tents set up everywhere down the highways. These big circus tents, and tractor trailer rigs backed up to them, and you can buy any kind of fireworks you want down here. Let me tell you a little story, man. We used to go to Dayton, and we would leave at midnight and drive all night. That was years ago. And up around Indianapolis or Marion or somewhere up in the area, there was a big fireworks place up there on Interstate. What is that? 75 that goes east and west, I guess.
No, 70 goes east and west.
70,
75
yeah,
goes
70.
north
So
and
anyway,
south.
we would stop, man, at this big fireworks place, and we get all these fireworks. And usually we were convoying up here in a couple cars, and the guys that were going with us, they'd always buy a bunch of bottle rockets and stuff. And as we were driving down the interstate at the night, they were shooting those rockets back, those bottle rockets, and those, what do you call those? Not bottle rockets, but what do you call the thing that shoots the ball of fire out? You know, the stick that. What am I thinking of? Somebody help me here. You know, you light it and it shoots about 12 big balls of fire out into the sky.
Right. I forget what they're called.
Roman candle.
Roman candle.
Yeah, they'd light these Roman candles up in the car in front of us and aim them out the window and shoot back at our car as we're driving down the interstate. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And that's about the only firework I've ever used in my lifetime that you're guaranteed to start a fire somewhere.
Well, hey, not many years ago, I know an attorney that lives near, actually, that's when I lived across the river in Arkansas, and one 4th of July, man, something went under his Jeep in his garage and it burned his house down.
Oh Lord.
Man.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 years ago we had to put out a fairly decent grass fire from some people being a little bit reckless.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that was one of the things when I was in college. You know, driving down to Florida, there we used to stop at south of the border there in Dillon, South Carolina, on Route 95. And I mean, you could buy M80s and firecrackers, Roman candles. I mean, you could buy this for like $1,000. You could buy this bag, and it had all this crap.
Yeah. Hey, let me make an announcement here. KM4DPP. KM4DPP. A nice little lady there. She was the one on the Memphis video clip working the GOTA station there, and so she's in the chat room tonight. She didn't even know about the show. I told her about it this week, and you know what bothers me? Well, I won't say millions, probably tens of people know about the show all around the world. And you can ask people in Memphis, and they've never heard of the show, you know. We've been on for years. So anyway, KM4DPP said she was going to watch tonight, and here she is. She's watching. So KM4DPP, great job at Field Day, and hey, we're going to sign you up for the show to help us get the word out here in Memphis Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. Help us get the word out to all the people in Memphis that don't know anything. Those in there know. W5KUB.com. I stole that from some commercial.
Trying some new catchphrases.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got Mike. Mike, you look tired, man. Yeah, he's not talking. He's not talking. I don't think he wants to talk.
No.
Well, here, Mike, let me talk to Mike here.
Your mic's not working, Mike.
Had to do a little sign language here with Mike.
Working a little 40-meter JT65 here.
Oh, that's cool. That is really cool, man. Oh, man, I feel so good the show's back on track, it feels like. Man, it was terrible for the last 5 weeks. Fighting what we were fighting, and even trying to take it over to Freddie's house and get it on his internet, and he was having the same trouble. And, you know, that all happened, and then our camera went out, and but that was easy to fix, you know.
Now you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, but I know sometimes I just gotta go close it out and reopen it up again.
Yep.
I can see my little green box going up and down, so I assume I'm going, but the sign language did it to me. I realized it.
KM4 DPP. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to type here. Oh, let's see. All right, so KM4 DPP. What is your name? I forgot your name. I'm not even sure I got it when we were at Field Day. And we got Michael in here, KK4IOH. Hello, Michael. Glad to see you in here. For those of you that would like to join us, we're in the informal part of the show. It's called Hangout. And if you just click on this link, you can join us. If you've got a camera, you'll come right up on the show. We can take up to 10 people. You can kind of see the people here at the bottom. Let me see if I can adjust this a little. There we go. You can see we've got about 4 or 5 people in there right now. But the neat thing about Hang Up is you can join us, and when you talk, your picture goes full scale. Like right now, I don't know why Bill's full scale. He's not talking.
Yeah, he's not saying nothing.
Yeah. He was just hogging it somehow.
Yeah, hey, let's go back and forth. Everybody talks.
Blah, 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 blah. There we go. There
Okay,
we go.
Amanda. That was Amanda. KM4 DPP, I guess, is Amanda.
Well, see, it's scary because you're telling everybody we're going worldwide. Everybody in the world is watching us. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no. Marlon
HOX.
Marlon is KM4DPP. Okay, I got it wrong. Oh, well. Maybe I'll learn some new names here. I know more hams outside of Memphis than I do inside. That's terrible. Yeah.
Hey, you got us. What more you need?
That's right.
Well, I was going to mention on the show tonight for people not to forget. It's coming up. Boy, have I lost it? Let's see. I got so many pictures up right now. I can't.
Oh, you wanted to make mention there of Mr. Jew's 45th anniversary.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring. I was gonna mention on the show tonight, and I forgot. I had it here. MFJ 45th anniversary coming up in September. Hope to see everybody down there. We will be there with Martin.
I'm gonna come.
And Bill's coming down all the way from Massachusetts. He's coming down to it.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be a long drive. No, I'm catching a flight out of Boston at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna go to DC. I'm gonna spend. Let's see. I get there at 7:30. I think I'm leaving at 9, and roughly about 11. I arrive in Memphis, and you say you got to come across the river, huh? Uh-oh.
Come on, man. Come on down.
I will.
Come on, and
Germantown's on your side of the river, right?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, my town, Carterville and Germantown, kind of, butt together.
Oh, cool. So if I can't find Max's house, I'll find yours.
All right, Bill. Name that city.
I thought we did this one already. This is
I don't know.
This is New York.
I guess it is.
That's where?
That's New York City from the what is it? The East River or something like that.
Is that from New Jersey or somewhere?
No. It's from like the Long Island side.
Oh, okay. Beats me.
The Long Island side.
Yeah. Let's see.
Where's the other side there? You had a second one, don't you?
Hey, you know, I found the guy that owns this station right here. I found him, and I told him we use his picture sometimes, and I'm going to try to have him on the show. Haven't got around to it yet, but I need to adjust something here real quick for our new people out there. I need to
spin some knobs.
Spin a few knobs. You know, I need to do that. Let them know we have fun on here. You know, they need to know we have fun on here. Let's see. I'm trying. There we go.
Oh my God, big head.
Yes. Big shiny, blinded everybody. Better be like Bill and keep a hat on my head.
Yeah, really.
There.
What's that hat say? What's that hat say?
There you go. The glare is out now. I don't have to hold my hand.
Oh yeah. The glare.
It says police. It says police. Look out.
You're right.
Well, I tell you, I sure miss Doc, having Doc in here.
Well, he's probably a busy man right now.
I bet Doc probably has to head out to the VA at 4 o'clock in the morning.
What? I thought he was in Chattanooga.
Do what?
I said I thought the VA was in Chattanooga. Wasn't the VA in Chattanooga?
Well, I guess it's near where he lives, over that way.
Yeah, well, you never know. You know, doctors, you know, they have to make rounds in the hospital and this, that, and the other before they have office hours there. So, I mean, you know, they're up 300 and get to bed at 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm reading the chat room. I had a segment with Rick in WA4 NVM and some of the Memphis satellite guys on. I had a segment recorded, but it didn't make the cut. I don't know what happened to it when I edited this video. Somehow it got cut out, so it wasn't on there tonight. But we were unable to work any paths while I was there. But let me just say, Rick, WA4 NVM, was there this weekend. But yesterday morning he had he had bypass surgery yesterday morning. So I haven't heard, Michael, you're in the chat room. Have you heard has anybody in the chat room got any report on Rick, WA4 NVM? Rick had bypass surgery yesterday morning, first thing, 8 o'clock, or Monday morning, first thing, and he's going to be in intensive care 2 days, and then he'll be in, I guess, critical care for another 3. I don't know if Michael, if KK4IOH knows Max or not. He might.
Well, I figured they live in the same town. I mean, you know, Max gets on 2 meters, so.
Yeah, he says, I believe I him. I believe I him. I'm gonna have to teach Michael. Michael talking complete sentences. There we. So I'm at field day. I don't know if Max went to field day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll ask him tomorrow night.
Yeah, find out. You know. I really don't see Max going to many field days, to tell you the truth. I don't know why. Okay, he said Rick's surgery went well. I guess he's, they usually have you up, I think, about the first or second day, man, after heart surgery, walking you. I don't know if they had him up or not. So we've got the MFK coming up. What I think I'm going to do there, the last anniversary we had at MFK, the 40th, we did a live show from there. But it was really tough trying to carry that equipment around to all the different buildings, and Martin's internet wasn't very good at all then. And I think what we're going to do this time is we'll probably pre-record some real good segments out of each of his different companies. And then we'll make that a Tuesday night show.
Yeah, that sounds
And then let's see, in September, I've already been contacted by the Huntsville Hamfest people. They want us back. That'll be August. That'll be really cool in August to be back at Huntsville. I'm going to see if I've got reservations for our astronaut friend Doug Wheelock to join us. Not sure if he's going to make it or not, but we have him a room reserved. And then from there, we're going to drive. That's Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday morning, we're going to head up to Nashville. That's about a 2.5 hour drive. Head up to Nashville, and we're going to watch the total eclipse around 1 o'clock on Monday. And then it's a 3-hour drive on home down Interstate 40. So that's our plans on the way back, going through Nashville. Yeah, Michael said he was there with me there at MFJ. That was the 40th. That's been 5 years ago. More hard to believe it was 5 years ago. Well, where is everybody tonight? I only see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we only got 5 people in here. What's happened?
Yeah, you got the short list.
Yeah.
Jeff went to bed early.
Yeah, that's right. Jeff's normally in here. I saw he said he had to go to bed, and of course Doc, since he's changed jobs to the VA, he never makes it anymore.
Well, like we always say in that, when only a few show up, we had quality, not quantity.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I think what was it last week or 1 week we maxed it out here. We had people that couldn't get in.
Oh Lord.
If you want to call in, guys, I mean, if you want to come in and show, click on this link, guys. Yep, let's see. Got to hit the right key here. There we go.
Yeah, if they got a computer and they're in the chat room, they should be able to join us here.
Oh man, I hadn't had any dinner yet. I'm thinking, I ought to go get something good to eat, man.
Get a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, turn something on TV.
Last night at 11 o'clock, I went out to the kitchen.
Wait, don't tell me. I bet you.
Butter and marshmallow sandwich.
Oh man. Oh boy. Well, I'm a happy camper tonight. I mean, I'm looking at this thing, and the little green light didn't blink one time, man.
Yeah, it looks like you're rock solid now.
Yeah, it's just solid. I had so many people calling me, man, wanting to make sure I was okay. I didn't know that many people worked at Comcast.
Well, when you start shaking the trees that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, they start wondering, the regional managers and this and that.
Yeah, we got Kurt. Kurt's on here, WA2JSG. Kurt's on here. He's over in New Jersey, telling us it's too early to eat. That's it, too late to eat. Now Kurt's got to realize he's an hour ahead of us, so it is too late for him. But I can still eat for an hour here.
Yeah.
Yep. And Bill's out there somewhere in the west. I forget it. Is it Montana? Yeah, Montana.
Yeah.
Man, why can I not remember?
He lives in Billings? Is it?
Yes.
Near Billings. Yeah, Billings. Yeah. That's the only way I can remember Montana. Hey, that's the only way I can remember Montana. If I can remember Billings now, I can remember the state.
Yep.
My older brother, he married a young lady in Washington State whose brother runs some kind of a real estate. I guess they look up. What is it? Titles for land or something of that nature.
Okay.
His last name is Gowen. Gowen.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound familiar, but it's not that small a town where I know everybody.
Well, he works downtown. I mean, so.
Well, I work in my garage. Right here is about as far as I get during the day.
Oh.
That's cool.
Okay.
You can't beat working at home. I was letting my people work at home. I think 3 days a week. Of course, when I retired, their new boss stopped that. But
well, it allows me to catch some of the middle of the day 6-meter openings. So
yeah. Now, someone would say you're not supposed to do that while you're on duty work, but I bet you there the way you work all hours, day and night.
Yeah, it's pretty random. So, there's not really any clocking in, clocking out.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go. It's 10 o'clock. Well, the stream's been up to 2.5 hours, so we're going to call it a night.
Great job on it.
And next week.
How did you stay on the air whenever I was talking with you Sunday afternoon?
Let me see if I can show you. Let me see if it's going to reach. Let me turn this camera on. Let me think. I'm on my backup camera. Let me see if it comes on here. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I'm on my backup camera. There's our new camera.
Some Dramamine.
There's our new camera right there.
A nice little Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 4K. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
you need to get an 8K camera.
I don't know what they can put in a camera like it to make it cost so much money, man. I just don't know, man. I think I got a loose connection with this. This is our backup camera. So we got we got one PC down here that ran some of the slides tonight, and then we've got, of course, our chat room on one, and then we've got, let's see if I can show you. This is our program here that controls the show, and let me move the mouse here. There we go. So by selecting different shots here, those are all different camera shots and videos, and if I scroll, you got different microphone and different audio inputs. There's those are music playlists right there, and you're going up, and you got lower thirds, like you can put your name on a screen, and you can build up lower thirds like this. Let me turn that off. And then we've got you guys over here. This is our Skype. This is where we bring our remote guest in. We bring our remote guest in over here, and then of course we've got our audio boards and stuff here to try to adjust levels on the different things.
Where's your monster mixer?
The monster mixer is. Let's see if I can show you the monster mixer.
Is it still sitting on the shelf? Yeah.
There's the monster mixer. I've never used it. I never ever used it. And that compressor underneath there, I've never even hooked it up. That's brand new. All right,
need to get to work, Tom.
And there's the closet that's got all that stuff.
There's the closet. There's the closet, and then if you come on around, there's the green room right there for our guest. That's the green room. Okay, now all I gotta do.
Selling your old mixer?
What was that?
Are you going to be selling your old mixer?
No, actually, I'm this little 8-port mixer. I'm using it. In fact, I've got another one just like it. Let's see. I've got one. Heck, let's see. I can't remember my camera shots. I got another one just like it. Right. Probably can't see it. Well, behind the hat.
Yeah.
Right there. There's another one just like the small 8-port one right here. I don't have room on my table for that big one. So
you're gonna need to knock a wall out and expand that room.
My other ham shack, my other ham shack at the other house was almost 3 times the size. It was much longer, and I had a lot more room. So the studio does take up a lot of space in here. Okay, I'm gone, guys. Let's see.
All right. Take care. Have a great week.
Glad you got the internet working there again.
Let's see, Michael says the digital addiction PC needs a little low end. Digital addiction PC. Michael, what are you talking about, Michael? The only thing digital addiction might be the chat room, and I don't have audio on it, so I'm not sure which one you were talking about.
It's great right here.
I noticed lately Dave's mic has sounded a little tinny to me. I don't know.
It was a little low too, but I mean, I don't know if it was your end or his end.
Well, let's see. All right, guys, I'm gone. Good night. I'll be in here next Tuesday night, but no official show. Hey, we might set some fireworks off here inside the studio.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Kathy's going to have a fit.
There's the 4th of July next Tuesday.
I might just explode some batteries here.
I'm not sure where I'll be next Tuesday.
I'd like to Skype with someone sometime.
You like to?
I'm going to do the same thing. Except for 11 o'clock here.
All right, guys.
Good night, Joe.
All right, we'll see you.
Good night.
This amateur